Well, lots and lots of severe weather coming up for today, and we already got our first warnings of our severe weather event. We had a tornado warning in Arkansas just a little bit ago. Storms not quite making their way into the Mississippi area yet, but they will soon. Right now in Starkville, sitting at 79 degrees, nearly 80 degrees, and even if it's not 80 degrees, it's certainly feeling like that. Quite muggy outside, quite sunny as well, and I'll talk to you about that in a second, but that sun is going to play a big role in what we might see later in the day. We are under a moderate risk for the upper half of upper left-hand quadrant of our viewing area, the right side to the east in an enhanced risk. Honestly, I'm going to say that's not going to make much of a deal. Whether you're under that moderate or the enhanced, maybe a little bit of a weakening as we get into some of our eastern counties, Kemper County, Lowndes County, Lamar County, some of those guys. You can still see some severe storms. What we're mainly watching here is in the moderate risk area right there for the chance of some tornadoes, certainly damaging winds. That's really a primary threat there. And of course, there's always the chance for flooding, but really what we're watching is the chance for some high winds, maybe a few tornadoes, some strong if you can get some discrete cells up ahead of that line. And as we head later into the afternoon, we're going to have lots and lots of clearing. And as I mentioned, that clearing, that's going to allow some solar energy to heat up the air. That in turn is going to add fuel for these storms once they make their way into the western and eventually eastern portions of our viewing area. But by the time we get to about 7 p.m., there's some discrete cells out ahead of the line. Don't pay attention to exactly where these are because this can and will change. But what you should take out of this is that you could get a few cells up ahead of line, and that's really what's going to drive our strong tornado risk. Is if we do get any strong tornadoes, I expect those to be out ahead of that line. Obviously, when you get to this squall line right here, that's going to make its way through just a little bit later, 9 p.m. It's going to start merging in with those cells. That's when we're going to start seeing a lot of those straight line winds, maybe a few embedded tornadoes. But again, that energy up ahead of the line, that's going to be good for any discrete cells that do form, even though that window may be a little bit small. Now tonight, again, strong thunderstorms, some severe. It's going to be a little bit cool outside because of that cold front that's going to make its way through the region. But we do have some baseball coming up as well. Thankfully, no severe threat there, but getting off to game time Thursday, 67 degrees, noticeably cooler than it has been the past few days. Warming up, though, by the time we get to our Friday, 79 degrees. And notice lots and lots of sunshine here and there. That's really what we're going to be seeing over those next few days in the wake of this big system. But Saturday, those rain chances do return, unfortunately, getting down to 74 degrees, so mid-70s as opposed to high 70s. May not notice the difference nearly as much, but it still is going to be relatively comfortable no matter how you shake it out. We're really not expecting any big drops, just maybe a little bit chillier in the mornings. But after we get that severe risk out of the way on our Wednesday, skies clear up. Rain chances returning in the weekend, heading into your Easter before we get into next week, and things do look to clear up as we head into our Tuesday.